What is going on, guys? My name's Derek, and this is my 1996 Chevrolet Astro van, aka Project BASSTRO. So we're going to be turning this thing into a full-blown bass rig on a budget. So if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you go hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with the build. And without further ado, let me show you what we're working with. So I purchased this van about 6 months ago out of Gastonia, North Carolina. And it was a one owner vehicle, so I am the second owner of this thing. I've got a 10-page Carfax all the way back from when it was first purchased all the way up until the last let's see, what was the last day that it was? January 2024 registration issued. But yeah, it's got everything that's been done to it. It was owned by an older lady, and she was to the point where she could no longer drive no more. So I found this thing on Marketplace, and it was too good to pass up. So got the original window sticker here, almost $24,000 back in the day. So in all honesty, this thing is really too nice to do what I want to do with it, but it's a good clean slate. And on top of that, it has 85,744 original miles, which is kind of wild if you ask me. But from what I was told, she just drove it around town and she worked real local, so that's why the miles are so low. But I've already done a video on this a few videos back. You could probably go find it, but kind of a little detailed walk through this thing. But if you're new here, I'll just kind of show you around for a minute. But yeah, this thing, I just done a oil change on it. It's got brand new Michelin's. Now, I was told that it was repainted, like a Mako paint job or something, but as you can see, clear coat's coming off and stuff, which that ain't no big deal. But got the good old 4.3 Vortec. So what we're going to be doing today is start working on gutting this interior. That way we can start building the enclosure at some point. But this is the first step, obviously, is just removing all the interior. That way you can see what you're working with, get measurements and all that good stuff. So first thing first, gotta disconnect this battery. That way I'm not draining the interior light. And we've got the doors open, so I'll unhook that. That way we don't drain this battery here. So what I want to do after I get this thing gutted and take everything out that's not going to be in there, I want to take it and go get it weighed and see what the start weight is. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to go by, so the gross vehicle weight rating is 5,950 pounds, and the max payload is 1,450 pounds. So if I'm not mistaken, you take this number and you subtract this much from that. So it should be right around 4,500 pounds, the way it sets. But maybe once we get everything else stripped out of there, it'll be a little bit lighter than that. And I went ahead and I got some good pictures of these seats. That way I can list them on Marketplace, because I am no longer going to have any use for them. So I guess I'm going to pull these seats out and then see what's next. Alright, so seats are out, floor mats is out. Now we've got more room for activities. But the way I'm looking at it, I think I'm just going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So yeah, let's get started. All right, so got most of these back panels off of here. Got the carpet out. Still got to do the headliner, but I'm glad, kind of glad that I'm having to pull this carpet, because I knew maybe in this back area you can see a little bit of this surface rust right here. I knew there was a slight leak back here. Maybe it's just this leak that's back here has kind of slowly made its way that way. But that carpet, man, it's all wet and mushy. The bottom side of this factory carpet here. But yeah, that is not what you want. But that's another thing. Once we get it all stripped down, gonna close it up tight and then just soak the piss out of it with water and just try and figure out where the leaks are at. That way we can get those addressed, whether it's probably needs new seals around certain areas. But yeah, that way once the box and everything is built into the vehicle, we don't have no rotten wood and stuff from water leaks that we can't see. But yeah, these time lapses kill this GoPro battery, and I've only got one battery, so I'm gonna let this battery charge up a little bit, and then we'll be back getting this headliner out. Well, if a guy's being honest, it's been a few days since I worked on this thing, but got the headliner pulled out here, and I did not record this just because I didn't have no idea how it come out. And yeah, that was kind of figure out as you go deal. But got the headliner out, everything else, all the seatbelt brackets, everything's gone. But right now, filling this thing up, we're gonna go get on the scales and see what our current weight is. So still got the AC, rear AC and stuff in, and I will probably subtract about 20 pounds, give or take, because we got a few miscellaneous like visors, brackets, lunchbox, and some other stuff right there. But yeah, gonna go hop on these scales here. Looks like we got 18 gallons in. Let's see what she weighs. All right, guys, so we have got the official weigh-in for the build. So we're sitting right at 4,200 pounds as our start weight. So the gross vehicle weight on this vehicle is 5,950. So we've got roughly about 1,800 pounds, give or take, to work with. So, and now granted, that was with a full tank, and I was not in the van when I weighed it. And there's, like I said, you know, miscellaneous stuff in here. There's also a few other things that if I absolutely had to remove, like the Reese hitch. It's got a spare tire, which don't really want to get rid of that, obviously. But a few other odds and ends, little things that would add up. But I don't think that's going to be a problem as far as weight goes, because the subs we're going to be running, they're only 30 pounds a piece. So definitely not none of those big boy 100-pound subs. So that should help with the weight and all that. Not going to be doing a steel cage, going to be doing a wood enclosure built in. And as of right now, I'm going to attempt to design it. I feel like I can. And I feel like I would have more pride in it, you know, if it turns out sounding freaking phenomenal. So I think as of right now, I'm going to try and design it, you know, get some numbers and stuff. But yeah, guys, so I also found out where the water leak is leaking in the back, and it's actually kind of raining outside, drizzling right now. So let me take you back there and show you what I found. So on these Astros, from what information I've gathered online, these seals are really bad about leaking over time. But I don't know, it's kind of dark. Let me get my phone light out real quick and see it a little better. But so this is the top seal for the hatch right here, and if you notice how it looks right there, then it's like all jacked up right there, and then it kind of gets back normal. Then it gets jacked up again. But yeah, I'm gonna replace that seal. I'm gonna go ahead and do this seal along through here. Go ahead and get that one replaced as well. And then this bottom one that runs along here. Just go ahead and get everything done. That way, shouldn't have to worry about it down the road. But yeah, guys, got this thing officially gutted. We got a lot of work ahead of us. And just a little pro tip. So I'm gonna post a picture of the guy's page that I got this off of. But if you, I kind of already had it in my head. I kind of knew. I was hoping it wouldn't be an issue. But if you're gonna wire a tag light up or something that's slightly blue, now it's not blue, it's like an ice blue. Anyways, long story short, I got this back in, I think, April, up at like a mini trucking show up in Maggie Valley. And I'll drop his thing. It's Jeep Joe's stereo and lighting. But I basically tied into the passenger side running lights. So whenever the running lights are on, that light comes on. Now, as you can see, it's not a dark blue, but it's still some, I guess, kind of shade of blue. Anyways, long story short, I was going to work the other night, and I'll be damned if I didn't get pulled over. And luckily he gave me a warning. But yeah, so I need to basically rewire this to a toggle switch if I want to keep it. But this is one solid color. You can get them in different colors, or you can get them that change all colors. But they're pretty neat. I had never seen one like it before, so that's kind of why I bought it, and it went with the color of the van. So yeah, just a little PSA: don't have no blue or red lights on your vehicle. And I don't even think I mentioned what style of enclosure we're even going to be running in this thing. But we're gonna, if you've been following along with the channel, you know I just recently done the 415s in the Mazda, and that was basically a test run for the van. So that's a 4th order 2-to-1 ratio. I designed it and built that box myself. So we're going to do that on a larger scale with this, and we're going to do 16 of those bad boys in here. So we're going to do a hallway 4th order. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, but I got a lot of work ahead of me. Don't really have a time frame of when it's going to be done. You know, just kind of, it's a lot of work. And if anybody that's ever built a build to this extent, that you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it's gonna be my first one, but I'm ready for it, guys. But if you haven't already, make sure you go hit that subscribe button so you can stay tuned for all the upcoming videos on this thing. But yeah, guys, this is Derek with Average Joe Car Audio. I'll see you in the next one.